The last few months have been really difficult on me, both physically and mentally, emotionally. And I thought today we should talk a little bit about my emotions. Well, hi everyone. As always, I'm hoping everyone is doing well. As I said in the intro, the past couple of months have been really kind of difficult on me. As you know from the past video, the cancer is now, it's pretty much everywhere, as far as it's in my lungs, it's in my liver, it's on my kidney, and it's in my spine, and it's really taken a toll on me physically. The one on my spine, even though I just completed 10 cycles of radiation and was hoping that any shrinkage that happened would help relieve some of the nerve damage, but the nerve might be damaged too much. So my left leg is, again, just numb. Makes it a little difficult to walk at times. But now it's starting to affect the right leg, and the right leg is starting to go numb also. And things like that, each day something new seems to happen, and it's scary. And it really is messing with my emotions. And so I thought I wanted to do a video now on the emotions that we go through as cancer patients. It's something that if you're a friend or a caregiver, you might not quite understand sometimes, but if you're going through it, it's a little different. Certainly if you're a caregiver, you're going through your own pain and suffering and stress, but I wanted to talk about specifically the things that have been going through my mind. It's not going to be happy. It's not always happy, and that's going to be different for me. I try to be positive in these videos. And again, I will stress, hey, I'm not giving up. That's not what this is about. It's just about what we feel sometimes or can feel. And it's difficult. So, when I look back to one of the first vlogs I did, and I remember saying that I felt guilty on how good I felt after my first surgery because I didn't feel sick, certainly didn't feel like I had cancer. I was normal, able to do everything that I wanted to do. And, so I was feeling guilty at that time. And believe me, right now, I'd give anything to feel that guilt again, to be able to just feel normal. Because quite frankly, I haven't been normal in many, many months now. And it's taken a toll emotionally. I know there are a lot of guys out there that have LMS that you don't hear from. They don't like to talk about it, but I guarantee they're going through the same thing. It's difficult. There are times that I will hear a song from my childhood and I just start crying because I long for things like that. Those days are when I felt better. And it's raw, I know. It's raw. What I realize what I'm doing is I'm actually grieving loss. And I'm not grieving the loss of my physical life. obviously. And again, I plan on being around a while, but I'm grieving the loss of dreams that I had. I'm dreaming the loss of things I can no longer do. And I'm grieving the loss of little parts of my life that used to be just everyday whatever. And it's like having a piece of your body being cut off little by little each day. And yes, there are times when, I feel like I'm just declining. And that's what it feels like. It's a lot of this is because of the treatment. And, sometimes they say the treatment is worse than the illness. And in this case, sometimes it is. I had no idea the fatigue that I would get from the radiation. Just incredible fatigue from it. So things like that, that just, you can't do the same things that you do. I'm 57 years old, and when I'm walking around, I think I look like I'm probably 87 years old. And that is very disturbing because I can't walk very well, and I get winded pretty quickly. And I can't even walk my dog in the morning anymore. I have to hire a dog walker, and that really, things like that just are little pieces being cut off my body, bits at a time. And so it feels like I'm declining when it's really just side effects from treatment. Because I do know that eventually the fatigue from both the radiation and the chemo that I'm also doing, which also makes me fatigued, that they both will go away at some point, and I'll have more energy. So, but it's debilitating while it's happening. And it's very depressing when you can't do the things that you normally want to do. So I know lots of patients go through this and run through their mind because it does seem more like you're just declining, and almost like, I hate to say it, but it's almost like you're just waiting for the next thing to happen before, it's over. And while that's sad to say, it's a true feeling. Now, in reality, again, I know it's just side effects, but I certainly don't recognize myself anymore. When I look at myself in the mirror, I have no idea who the person is facing back at me. And that's also very depressing because it's not me. It's somebody else that's going through something, and it's just, it doesn't feel like me. So yeah, these raw emotions are tough because you do think about how it's going to end, or how you're going to be when it's going to end, or if you're going to decline anymore. And are you even going to make it through, the treatments? A big thing for me is, I'm on my third type of chemo now, and we get scans next week. And we're going to see if this chemo is even working or not. And if it's not doing anything, I've just gone through all this fatigue and whatever, all the side effects that come with it, and for nothing. And yes, there's still options. I'm not giving up. There's going to be options, other options, but is it another chemo that we're going to do that will, create different side effects? One of the worst things that's happened to me is my taste buds, which everyone knows who's been on chemo. Their taste buds tend to, get screwed up. Well, mine just keep getting worse. And what's weird is I'm hungry. I have an appetite, and I get cravings for things, and then I go and eat it, and it tastes absolutely awful. And there's only a couple of things that I can actually eat that actually taste like what they are. So an example is pickles. I can eat pickles because they taste like pickles. Not very nutritious, but at least I can taste them. I can eat sweet things, but I'm not a big sweet eater. So, but I can taste sweet at least, and I can taste salt a little bit, but most things just either taste bland or awful. And so eating is a chore. It's more force feeding just because I need to eat, and eating things I don't like. But I have to do it. I do it because I have to. So, we talk about quality of life. Right now, my quality of life isn't very good. Yes, I'm here, I'm breathing, I'm still able to drive and still able to think, at least for now. But I'm unable to enjoy a lot of things. So it's that grieving piece. I'm grieving not being able to eat. I'm grieving not being able to enjoy a glass of wine. I'm grieving not being able to fly. And I know now that I won't ever be flying again. There's just too much cancer in my body. I know there are people out there that are saying, well, you just got to keep fighting. You just got to keep believing that it's going to go away. I'm a realist. I know how aggressive the cancer is. I know where it is and how many tumors are there. Can we get shrinkage and stabilization? That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping we can maybe get rid of some. I'm hoping that we can get them stabilized so they're not growing anymore. But it's always going to be there. We're at that point that I know it's always there. And that's a hard pill to swallow, because that means that those dreams won't come true. And again, I know there's people that are just saying you can get rid of it, you can do it, do the alternative treatments, do everything that, everything you can try. And believe me, I'm going to do what I need to do to try and get rid of this cancer. I still hope that I could be that miracle statistic. But I'm a realist again, and I know that more than likely that is not the case. And I have to accept that, and I do. So I'm looking again for stabilization. I hear a lot from some of the support groups I'm in, of people that have been no evidence of disease for many years. And I am so happy for those people. But if I'm honest, I'm also very jealous. I honestly thought when this whole ordeal started that I would have a few years. I really thought I would have a few years of being no evidence of disease and feeling normal. I unfortunately have never been completely NED, apparently. Even after my first surgery, when my first scan came back, and they thought it was NED because they thought what they saw on my liver after that first scan was post-surgical changes, because that's what it looked like, and that's what it looked like for a couple months. But as we know now, it was actually the tumor being back. And so I've really never been completely disease-free. And now with it spread, as far as it spread, I'm never going to be disease-free. So again, a very depressing, hard pill to swallow, because it means the loss of parts of my life. I am truly grateful for my medical team, for doing everything we can to try to get me to that point of being stable. And again, I am going to do whatever I can to get to that point, because there's got to be a point where I feel sort of normal, or at least mostly normal, where my taste buds are back and I can enjoy food and I can enjoy wine, where my energy is back and I can walk my dog, where I can go out and not fly an airplane, but go out and be in an airplane with my friends who are more than willing to take me up and go flying, because that would really make me very happy. But again, I wanted to talk about the emotions. And like I said, I do a lot of crying lately. And again, it's just because of grieving parts of my life that are no longer here. And I know this isn't a happy video, and I know it's, not the update that people want to hear. And I know people are going to just say, keep strong and keep fighting. And believe me, I am. This isn't me giving up, because I don't give up. And I'm not going to give up. But you need to know that it's not just as easy as just saying, okay, I'm happy. Because for the past few months, I haven't been really happy. It's really difficult to be happy when you're not normal. And I'm not normal. So I have to accept, I guess, my new normal, which I hate that term. And that's what I'm in the process of doing. I do see a cancer counselor, and so that does help. I think if you're going through this, you should see a cancer counselor, somebody who specializes in that. I think that's very important. I think it's important to connect with other people who have the same disease, who are going through the same thing, who know what you're going through. Because if you're not going through it, you really can't understand. And I know caregivers, again, you're going through your own types of grief, and you need help. You should be also, making sure you're taking care of yourselves along with the person you're taking care of. Because it's not just about us, it's about you too. And I'm thankful for Tony for being my caregiver. I'm thankful for my sisters and my entire family, my brother, my mother, all of them are there for me and will do anything for me. I'm really grateful for them all. And I'm grateful for all of you who watch these videos and comment. I know you're there for me. I know you're pulling for me. And you know I'm there for you too. If you're going through this, you know I'm there for you too. But in any case, I really just wanted to share something different, something raw, something that's the real me, that I'm going through. And if you're going through this too, I want you to know it's okay to have these feelings and to be sad. When people tell you, oh, just be happy and, oh, just think positive and whatever. Well, sometimes you can't. And it's okay. It's okay to be depressed. It's okay to be crying when you need to cry. It's okay to get angry. Because, boy, there are days I just get angry because I don't understand this. But it's okay. And I want you to know it's okay. But it's also okay to not give up and to keep fighting. And actually, I hate that word fighting, because fighting means that there could be a loss. And, we don't want to lose. But we keep moving on. So let me phrase it a different way. I am not fighting cancer. I am living with cancer. And I'm going to do everything I can to continue to live with this cancer and to eventually get to a point where things are a bit more normal, that I can maybe get some of those pieces back that I've lost, because I'm losing them through treatment right now. And I want those pieces back. So I'm going to live with this and learn to live with it so that I can get those pieces back. I hope that makes sense to you. And I also hope that if you're going through this, you can do that too. So again, not the video that I wanted to make. I will make a video again next week in regards to my scans. It'll probably be after Thanksgiving. And believe me, I'm looking forward to this Thanksgiving more than any other. I've got all my siblings are coming into town. I've got some nieces and nephews coming into town. We're going to have a full house here. We're going to have a full meal. And whether I can taste it or not, I am going to enjoy it just because I will have my family here. And so there will be a very happy time here this Thanksgiving. I hope those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving will also have a fantastic Thanksgiving, and that you get to enjoy it with your family and your friends. And so I will update you after Thanksgiving on how the scans are going. If this chemo that I'm on, the Yondelis, has worked, we're also going to be getting some MRIs to see if the radiation worked on the spine. And hopefully we will have some really good news at that point. And again, the good news would be shrinkage and stabilization, no new growth. That would be the best news I can get. So let's hope that that's what happens. I'm going to affirm that that's what's going to happen. Again, sorry for rambling, but as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.